Welcome back, everyone. It's Wednesday, and we are on episode 27. In our last episode, our adventurers found the tooth of the dragon and recovered an unhatched egg of the star turtle. After convincing a large, easily swayed bird, the Feast of Pigs, who admitted to a number of crimes, our heroes were able to collect all the pieces necessary to find the Flawless Wayfinder, or Edward, to locate the Isle of Tempora. We found ourselves locating the ArchDruid is necessary to bind the relic to Edward. We welcome you to join us on our quest to become Nerds of Legend.
Yeah.
Edward, you see a face turn and look at you as you are spotting her in the distance, as you're spotting her through your psychic vision, touching the turtle shell. She turns and apparently looks directly at you and smiles. What is your reaction?
So she sees me on the flying ship.
Yes.
I am going to let's see here. I don't want to wave to her. That just seems a little off. But
just for clarification, you remember what the Wayfinder looked to, or do you want me to reclarify that for you in the audience?
Why don't you go ahead and reclarify it?
Okay. When you looked to find this ArchDruidess, it did take you down the King's Road path. So you are very familiar at the entry point of where this is. It was where you met the satyr on the King's Road. So,
okay.
And how to travel within the forest. What's weird is you don't see details other than the path. The path is clear as day, and everything else is kind of like, a map waiting to be filled in with like the fog. So, but you see a very clear path.
Okay, and I do see her though. That is the important thing.
You do see her.
Okay. I can physically see her, sort of thing, or am I using the Wayfinder to see her, sort of thing?
It's not. You don't have the Wayfinder yet. You're
you
using.
Get what I'm saying? Am I using the egg to do it, or am I seeing her physically?
No, it is a. You're still on the ship. You're using the egg to find it.
Okay. Am I taking more damage as I do this?
No, it was a one and done. This is after the damage. Because what it is it's the pain and then the vision. Pain, vision. So it's not a rolling number.
Okay. Then having the kind of map in my head and, kind of like sight with her as I do, sort of thing, I think what we should probably do is we should probably land the ship so that, we're not like coming into the King's Forest with like some flying ship or whatnot.
Right. It's dense forest. So
yeah. And we'll just take the egg from here and we'll, go do the thing.
Okay. It's a massive egg.
Yes. I believe, Ticto, you were still going to use levitate on it so we can kind of like just kind of hover and push.
We're Star Wars transporting. Nice. How long does your levitate last?
I mean, I also believe I have a bag of holding now, I thought. Or am I crazy?
Bag of holding still, it would not fit in the opening.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, you would need like a massive portable hole or something like that. Like it's big.
I don't have that spell.
Yeah. Do you have a picnic blanket of holding?
All right.
That'd actually be a pretty cool thing. Like just a blanket you could just throw over something and then wrap it up like a hobo sack.
Ooh, I have an idea.
I'm going to create a hobo sack of holding.
I'm just making sure. Oh, I am going to... How heavy is this thing?
You didn't. You'd guess about 150 pounds.
Would you say?
No, I'm sorry. Like probably closer to like 800 pounds. Sorry, it's gigantic. I was not thinking. You got to remember, it's about 5 feet tall. It's like, imagine an egg that's 5 feet tall. Like, that's massive.
Yeah, I was wondering if a
500, 800 pounds.
golem would be able to carry it.
How much can a golem can
It's a medium construct. It's 18 strength.
What's wrong with the whole levitate thing?
Oh, that works too. I just thought it would be cooler to have a big golem carry it, but that works too. Yeah, I'll cast levitate on it, and we'll.
How long does levitate last?
It lasts for its concentration up to 10 minutes. So it wouldn't. The golem would last longer, but only if the golem can carry it.
Also, I don't want to take the chance that the golem crushes the egg, though.
But it's a construct. Right. It follows my commands.
Right. But, like, what I'm saying is, remember how we don't know how, like, the reason why we used levitate beforehand was because we weren't sure of how fragile this thing was, and we weren't taking the chance on it. So we didn't actually, like, you know what I'm saying?
Bertram!
Yeah,
Bertram.
So...
Do you have a cart?
Who are you talking to?
Bertram. We're on a ship still, aren't we?
Yeah, but you didn't... The deck?
Yes.
Next to the helmsman Big Jim, as they're having a conversation about just navigation, like, steady, watch where she's going, like, stay just above those trees, and, because they're flying very low to the ground, not to attract any more wyverns, or any other large flying beasts that they have no interest in.
So wait, how close are we to the Kings Road location?
You are, as it goes, remember you had about a full day of travel, correct? So you had just started the run back. So you're probably maybe the better part of 20 hours away.
Okay. Bertram.
Yeah?
Do you happen to have a cart?
Like, on me right now?
I mean, on the ship?
No. But I'm fairly confident with the people here we could probably throw something together. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes. Just something to transport the egg so that we can navigate through the forest.
Yeah, but don't you have, like, a Tate spell?
Yes, but it only lasts 10 minutes, Bertram.
Yeah, but cart needs, like, a smooth road to walk on. To be pulled on. Like, are you positive it's going to be, like, an even grade?
Also, I can only levitate 500 pounds.
Sounds like you have a conundrum.
With Edward, with what you know of druids, do you think we would be able to convince this ArchDruidess to come see the egg?
Considering that it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to witness something in nature, yes, I think that we could get any respectable druid to probably take a few minutes to break from whatever it is they're doing in order to come see it. But then again...
Then again, what?
Well, I suppose this person is an ArchDruid. I don't know what exactly they're dealing with at the time in which we find them.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to go ask. In the first place. or get permission to, like, fly close.
Well, we don't really know where this person is. We have kind of a hazy mental image that guides me. It's not exactly a science.
I see.
Are you concerned you can't get it up?
I'm more...
Sorry.
I just stare angrily at Bertram. I'm more concerned with how long I would need to keep it up for.
Well, it's not merely a one and done, right? I mean, you can do it multiple times, right?
I mean, yes, I do have that ability, but it's more of a question of for how many times can I do it?
How many times do you
Funny,
think?
both Bertram and Big Jim are sitting there like, in full like 6th grade glee. Like they're like,
I believe at present my limit is about 3. Anything.
This is the DM. If you cast at a higher level, does that affect anything?
It does not. It's a spell that does not have an option for casting at a higher level.
Okay, so there's no like increased distance for it.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I feel like 3 times in a day is a very respectable number, gentlemen.
Right, yeah, it's good. Good.
How far do you think you can travel within 10 minutes?
Let's see.
Because I do have some spells I have access to that will allow us to travel a greater distance.
Well, like I said, I can keep it going for to 10 minutes, and I can push it along at whatever movement I'm going. I have a flying carpet. What the hell am I thinking?
Yes, we could just load the...
What is the weight
onto
of
the
the flying carpet?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Actually, I think that is covered in the DMG.
It is.
DMG.
I got it.
Like you arbitrarily decided it was 800 pounds and that's thrown a monkey wrench in everything.
Are you sure I arbitrarily did?
Yes.
You're correct. Oh, it carries 800 pounds.
Fuck yes! So it's going to be a very sad carpet, but it'll be able to go. Actually, yeah, we'll be able to...
But you cannot carry anything else.
Yeah, we'll have to...
That's fine. We'll just use it as the cart.
We'll use it as our anti-gravity cart.
All of a sudden you just hear... Do, 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 do. I don't know why every time I think of moving anything with an anti-gravity anything, I just think of the Cloud City.
Yeah, with the carbonite.
Yeah, when they're moving around, like, it was such an unnecessary scene, but, like, you're like, yeah, this is how all space people move stuff around.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Load the egg in the cargo bay.
Yeah. So the egg is in the cargo bay. And you're like, he looks at Jim, he's like, stop.
Yeah, so that is our solution. But now I guess we have like 20 hours of flight to get to where we need to be.
Yeah. So, what are you gonna do?
Just gonna see if ooh. I just remembered I got a new thing.
Oh yes, are you appropriately leveled?
I am.
More or less.
What do you mean more or less? He's like, I'm 9.5.
Oh, that only works. That doesn't. I would like to... How much time would it take me to, like, prepare, like, a 3rd level spell as a scroll?
What spell?
You turned on the echoey thing for your mic.
What spell?
Fireball. Or haste.
3rd level?
Mm-hmm.
You got about 8 hours.
Alright. I would like to,
To do both.
To do both, 8 hours?
Yeah. So you do 4 hours each. So do both.
Alright. I would like to take the time to do that.
You may.
Alright. What about a 4th level spell?
You're about 6. 6 hours to do one.
Okay.
Now, if you stay up doing this, you will also have missed a rest period.
So I want to do, however, so would I be able to do those two, the 2 3rd levels and a 4th level, and still take a long rest?
No.
Okay. Could I do the 2... Could I do the 2 3rd levels and take a long rest?
You could do the 4th level and take a long rest, or you could do the 2 3rd levels and take a long rest.
Okay.
Because it's 4 hours per spell. Or you could do one, because you got, 22 hours left flying.
Yep.
So you could do 1 and 1/4 and nothing else.
Uh-huh.
Or you could do the 2. Yeah, I was thinking, like, if you got creative, you could maybe, but no. You could only do...
Yeah. I'm going to do that
3.
then.
Which one? The 2 3s or the 1?
The 2 3s.
Okay. All right, Edward, and what are you doing?
Farther than just guiding the ship.
Okay. Do you all take a rest?
I mean, yes.
Yes.
Well then, fantastic.
And when I'm done with those scrolls, I'm going to give each... I'm going to go to Edward and go... It occurs to me that we might need some additional firepower, so you can use these as some additional oomph if we come to need it. So I give Edward the scroll of haste and the scroll of fireball.
Nice.
Are you expecting a fight when we get there?
I've learned that in our time that if I don't expect a fight to happen, then usually a fight happens anyway. So I just like to be prepared, and I'm just going to keep stockpiling these, because we don't get a whole lot of downtime ever, so I feel like it's a better idea to, use it appropriately. Who knows if this ArchDruid lady's going to want to test us or something.
I kind of doubt that she's just going to be like, haha, surprise attack, and then just,
I wouldn't say it would be a surprise attack, but what if she's like, yes, I will help you if you can defeat my giant toad minion, or something like that.
You know who's I need you to defeat my pet dragon.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Sounds wonderful.
Not to give the gods any ideas, of course.
So you, luckily, because the dice love you today.
No surprise wyvern attacks.
Yeah, surprise wyvern attack. No, but you do see a number of large winged beasts. You see something that has like 4 legs and long tail flying. It looks like you're familiar with these creatures. It's like you see the manticore flying off in the distance, like around some like hillside. You see a wyvern in the air, all off in the distance. But nothing seems to give 2 shits about what you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
And so you are able to keep on moving with no trouble.
Life in the fast lane.
Yeah. Edward, you are very aware of what is going on with you. with the stuff around you. You were able to navigate the ship and communicate with Bertram and Jim and they keep low and away from all of these things. And you make it to the King's Road after your journey with no difficulty.
Very good.
Okay. And then, well, Bertram, if you wouldn't mind, we've got an egg to deliver. And if you'll await our return, that would be greatly appreciated.
You know, I guess I feel like I'm kind of in it for the long haul at this point.
Especially since we gave you the power source to get your ship back up in the air.
Oh, that's what we're doing. We're gonna sit there and be like, well, I earned it. Like, well, I also flew you to get the shell. So, haha.
Are you saying that you no longer wish to be under our employment?
Holy fuck! You're paying me? I just thought this was like a partnership.
It is a partnership. It is one in which
I get paid
together.
now, apparently.
Well, we did pay you in the giant power source thing, which I'm pretty sure is going to last you a very long time.
But here's the thing. We don't know if it will. And if it doesn't say, for example, last longer than you expect it to, you're going to need another source for it. And
You know,
who
you're
was the
doing
one
an
who
awful
got
lot
you?
of negotiating for somebody who's like, I'm already invested in this outcome. You're like, right, let me hammer home the deal.
I just want to make sure that we've secured your loyalty.
Loyal? What? Are you a crime boss somewhere? You are
He
very
does kind of talk
hard-working.
like that sometimes, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does come across as someone who you're like, I'm the leader of a criminal underworld. You're like,
Edward's
I
like,
fucking knew it.
What? Edward's like, what brings you here on this, the day of
Yeah,
my
I'm like,
daughter's
"Hey,
wedding?
You know you vacillate greatly from normal to super creepy, all like very quickly. But yeah, I'm really kind of invested as to see what's going on.
Yes, I figured, but, I just wanted to make sure that... Never mind. I'm just gonna, levitate the egg on the magic carpet and get off the ship. See you in a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, right, he'll be here. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna be here. He tosses picks up a little thing and a bug flies out. He's like, just call me. You know how they work.
Sweet.
And he gives you a messaging beetle, the messaging
Yes.
bug. He's like, just call me when it's done.
We're in Eberron, right? We have the communication stones. The smart stones, as they were.
The smart stones. I spent a lot of time making those messaging bugs.
I'm just gonna lean to Edward and be like,
The
just take
messaging bugs that I spent a fair amount of time both developing
Just
and
take
turning
the bug.
I don't have to wait for you, you little shit.
I told him to just take the bug.
Oh, I'm just so used to you being contrary that I just assumed you were being contrary.
No. I was just...
You know what? As irritating as both of you are, I do quite enjoy your company.
I may not have many social graces, but I'm just...
You're able to read the room today? Yeah, good job. So anyways, he gives it to you. And you hear as he leaves. Let's get a perception check. Just for the fucking fun of it.
All right.
Oof. I got a nat 2. Yep, that's a 4.
Nice.
Okay.
He is...
Tikto continues
wow, you
his...
didn't do well either.
It's still like an
my
11
perception
for
is
him.
Considerably higher, so I actually got an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you don't pick up on it. So he turns and he mutters something to Jim, but none of you guys are able to catch it as, Tikto's focusing in on getting the egg on the cart. And
Carpet.
yeah, the carpet. And you're getting ready to get off and running. So, he looks at you as he's like, hold up. Edward, I got this for you. He's like, he goes, you noticed a lot of time looking up in the sky, and he hands you, you have a sextant with you, because he hands you his. And he's like, I don't think you've got one, but like, I think you'd appreciate something like this. It's a very pretty one. It's very ornate. It's got some carvings on it. He's like, I made it on the journey back. Nothing magical about it. It's just, some good lens work and some machinery. Yeah. It'll stay shiny, but
I
I feel like
appreciate
this
it.
is something that you would appreciate.
Yes, thank you very much. But
And he smiles and he's like, best of luck.
thank you. We shall return shortly.
I look forward. He does take off as soon as you leave. Not to just hover over the King's Road.
Why did you get a present? Anyway, I'm not bitter.
It's a
I'm not-
sign. It's a sign of respect, TikTok.
It's a sign of respect. Quit
It's
your
a
bitching.
sign of respect.
Oh, I see what you did. So, all right, Don Edward, let's go. So you're able to pick up the trail rather, and you're fascinated. Like this is like your recollection of this is flawless. Like you remember every tree, every rock, every nook and cranny and twist and turn in the direct route. It's very disorienting for you. Like, if you deviate from the path at all, like, this is like one of those, like, school field trips where they're like, if you go off the path, you'll be lost forever. This is 100% like that. Like, if you step off the path you saw, you have no fucking clue where anything else is. Like, you stay on this path.
Occasionally, I stop TikTok and go, wait, hold on. And what I do without telling him is I'm going to periodically stop looking at my destination and instead use the egg to again look in on my family.
Okay. You are going to take, the first time you're going to take 13 points of psychic damage.
Do I
and
notice
this
him,
time-
like, constantly causing himself pain?
Yeah.
Like,
This time you look in and you see your wife sitting outside of your home. And your son is playing outside. I would like a perception check to take in any detail.
Okay. You know what? Calls for the dice.
The jaw dice.
well, like, as I'm noticing this, like, Edward just, like, continuously, like, causing himself pain. He's like, I thought you knew where we were going. Why do you keep doing that?
Like,
You have to
"Shut up,
understand.
I've got an addiction.
You have to understand, TikTok, that people are always moving.
I see. Well, wouldn't it make sense to get to the final last spot you saw the person and then try and figure out where the hell they went?
No, you want to follow them as they move, of course. Because unless you do that, you're always playing a game of catch-up. Okay, so 15.
All right. You notice like there is a air of like calm around her, around the area. Like they don't seem to have And it's like you would interpret the energy as like after a gentle rainstorm. Like everything's nice and clean and comfortable, and she seems happy. And there is a lot of moments where she'll like sit and like stare off into the distance as if like looking for someone, but not in like, oh god, they're coming. And you see, but you don't hear. You see the little boy run up and ask her a question, but you can't hear it. You can just see. But there's nothing of. You feel like they're comfortable, but they're looking. They're waiting, not searching.
Okay. After I see this, I go, oh, well, there it is, and then I start off again.
You're like, now I scroll it. Now I scry on my brother. You're just
the thought did cross my mind, but like I'm gonna save that for a little bit later.
Yeah.
I want an insight. I want to see if Ticto recognizes that Edward just bullshitted the crap out of him or not.
All right.
The odds are low, but
yeah, absolutely. Let's do some rolling checks.
Yeah, some deception on my part. Got it. Okay.
This die's going back in the thing.
What'd you get?
I got a 7.
Oh, okay. Then I beat you that on the dice anyways. Okay, so 12.
You buy everything he says.
Yeah. I guess I don't know much about scrying. That seems to track.
You immediately are like, but you're like, you have doubts now. Like, because of this, and the fact that he keeps rechecking, Ticto, you are now starting to doubt the effectiveness of this Flawless Wayfinder if he has to check in on a location and showed it to him. So you have just a little tiny bit of doubt because he's double checking.
Yeah.
So,
but I could also see that it's just like Edward's like paranoia coming into play. So
okay, yeah, but right now the thought has been inserted into your brain of like maybe it's not that reliable.
Yeah,
but just a little bit. You have level 1.
Of course, it's not perfectly reliable just yet. We haven't made it into the perfect Wayfinder yet.
So, you guys keep on moving.
Ben doesn't like this.
You guys keep on moving. No, it's a straightforward. Thankfully, you're lucky that this forest is like more heavily traveled. So, like,
and we're just like walking along the King's Road anyway, right?
Yeah, it's a massive forest. It's hundreds of acres. It's huge. But it is well traveled, so it's also well hunted through. So like you don't really see a lot of like dangerous creatures. It's not like you're in there, you're like, oh look, forest troll. No, it's mostly like game, and there's of course a lot of birds, squirrels, and things like that. There's nothing dangerous. You are able to get to your destination rather effectively. Do you stop and check the egg again?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You are now an hour and a half into your journey. So a little over halfway. So, what do you look for this time?
I look back in on my family.
Anyone in particular? Just wife and child?
My wife.
All right, perception check, and this time you find her in the house. The little boy your son is out. You can see him through the windows outside. Wow.
Yeah,
the dice did not want to participate.
That's okay. Black die, flat true. Okay, that's not terrible, but could be better. 16.
Okay. You look around and she's in like the living area, the living quarters. Like there's your fireplace and there's your bookshelf, things like that. You very clearly see a small gnomish replica that looks a lot like somebody you know, with a crook hat and a bird on it. You see your picture still prominently displayed on the mantelpiece. And you're able to tell that it is in fact you and not your brother. Not your brother, I believe it's Mordred, right? Is that the name of your brother?
Modred, yeah.
Mordred, okay. And it's definitely the pictures you remember. And it seems like she's in the middle of like preparing an early morning like snack, like not quite lunch, but not quite breakfast. And as you pull back out, you see her holler and the little boy run in and her wipe his face. And then the whole thing fades. Tikto! You are wondering why he's still doing this.
So you're still not sure what's going on? Hasn't changed anything from last time? Are we still good?
Yes, the thing was that this time she was taking a shit. I didn't feel appropriate to watching that, so I had to stop and...
Deception check. And
Ooh.
insight. Tikto, of course, insight, Edward, deception.
Wow.
Your
Mr.
dice are not feeling this game today.
I got a 17 total.
Holy fuck, Ben wasn't frozen. He was literally still for the whole time. I'm like, oh, he froze.
I was just like, oh, I think we tied then.
No, I got 16, so you beat me by 1.
Yeah, you don't believe that she was taking a shit. And you also wonder, who's she that was taking a shit?
Edward,
Yes.
I believe we've been traveling together for long enough that I would think that you could be truthful with me.
You're absolutely right. I'm extremely sorry, Tikto. I don't know what I was thinking.
He was taking a shit.
What's
She
going
was
on?
diddling. Yes, she was diddling herself, so I thought there was...
Edward.
Tikto, you are incredibly aroused and demand details.
I'm just like, this is like, typically Tikto's like all like, kind of like
Yeah,
flaky and like jolly and stuff. I'm just like, Edward.
This thing that I have, this egg that shows me whatever it is I want. It's addicting when you have something that you really, really want to see more than anything else.
I'm trying to... Yeah, TikTok's smart enough to figure out that Edward's probably taking peeks at his family, right? To connect the dots.
Well, it depends. Has Edward ever told you that was what he...
I think he's told us about his family. Yeah, he's told me about his family. I'm just thinking like TikTok's like a super genius, so he's smart enough to figure it out. So
some of the smartest people I've ever met are not really very observant. So
yeah, it's not a question of observance; it's a question of if I'd be able to connect the dots. Is what I'm saying. You were looking at them, weren't you?
Don't know what you mean, but if I did know what you mean, I would say that, yeah, that would probably be a pretty good guess.
I promise you, Edward. Once we figure out this mess, the very next thing that we're going to do is go and kick your brother in the balls.
Oh, that I'm absolutely going to do. Like, yes, 100%. I've never had any illusions that I can return back to the life that I had. But you had better believe that I am using this Wayfinder to absolutely find and destroy that rat-faced motherfucker.
Yes, And I was saying, I'm going to help you. I hope you know that.
Good, because I'm going to need your magic when we torture this fuck.
I mean, how about just making him pay for his crimes? I'm not really big on the whole torture thing.
You don't understand. He robbed me of everything.
He posted videos on the internet of me fuck.
So, like, he's your, like, identical twin, right?
Yes.
So, like, what's keeping us from just, like, replacing you? Like, we get rid of the him and put you back in his spot.
Something that I haven't told you when I've been looking in on the things that I've been seeing through this egg. And also something that I probably didn't mention from when I met yet another god in the Lady of Pain's maze, is that they're happy. And they don't seem to have him around anymore. Something has occurred where he is no longer there, and yet they are still happy.
Interesting.
It is possible, not probable, mind you, but possible, that in our absence, in the years we have been gone, something has happened where he died.
I see.
I cannot confirm that sort of thing at this moment. Unless, and I touch the egg, and I want to see my brother.
I wish you would stop doing that. Oh. I'm just like imagining Edwards. I'm just like imagining Edwards just like now like bleeding from his eyes and nose and ears and just like
like
I'm only 70. I'm only 73 points out of 93, so we're good.
Yeah. All right. So
I know, but I just imagine like psionic damage is not something that's pretty.
Oh no, it's super not pretty. Like I am just like Raiders of the Lost Ark over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You concentrate and you come to it looks like a clearing in a forest and you see nobody. There's a sheer rock. There's like a rock enclosure, like a rock wall, very like covered in moss and like things like that. And there's a mound of like freshly grown grass in the area, but you do not see a person. I would like a perception check at advantage because you are digging into this scene. You're like, where is that motherfucker? So like the other one you're looking, but like this one you're like, what the fuck? So you're like staring so hard you actually give yourself an additional point of damage. Like your head hurts. Like now you do see the trickle of blood come out of his nose.
Yeah, his like eyes are like bleeding.
Yeah.
Okay, so 19 plus 9, so 28.
Okay. 28. You, as you're sitting there, and I mean, you don't see anything at first. You're like, where is this son of a bitch, sneaky bastard? You see an inscription. Like, it looks like somebody, like, very carefully burned a small inscription into the wall. Right up, maybe like 8 inches above the ground. And it says, I told you we'd kick your balls. And then you disappear. And then you pull back out.
Well, not what I wanted. Either this egg has a sense of humor, or we need to find the druids so that I can get that perfect wayfinder.
You explain to him in detail what happened?
No, I do not.
God damn it, Edward.
I couldn't see my brother. I only saw a mound, which looked like some sort of makeshift grave. which confuses me because there's no way in hell that I'm ever going to mark the passage of that fucker.
I'm just gonna say, I feel like I smell time magic fuckery. Just saying. But only time will tell. Can you stop touching that thing now?
We want to find the ArchDruid, don't we?
You're not looking for the ArchDruid, though.
I touch the egg and I start to find the druid.
God damn it, Edward!
You want to find the druid, don't you?
All right. This one you take no damage because this path has already been laid out for you. So, and you are actively walking. So, you're not going to take any damage.
She's this way.
You guys continue, and you touch the egg again.
Not yet.
Okay.
I wait for a couple hours at least.
No, you only got an hour and a half travel left.
Okay, then I don't touch it again before,
Okay.
you know.
You guys come into a it's imagine walking into a very rural establishment, but these people have absolutely no problem going to the city every so often. So it's a weird like collection of buildings. Like they're clean. They're very much covered in like moss and
It's like a hunting lodge type thing.
kind of like a hunting lodge. It's like they're built out of the trees and they exist in the natural world, like they're part of the forest. But at the same time, like it's very clear there's running water and there's like the paths are well maintained, cut stone. You see a little bit of artifice in there. There is a it looks like a tavern, but of the people that are like, it's a tavern, but it's like the people that are like, we brew our own beer here. It's more like an off-the-grid establishment that has absolutely no problem taking the train to the city once in a while. So, they're like, druids, but they got Wi-Fi.
Gotcha.
I don't think I'm painting the picture well enough, but I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
I think.
No, I get it. It's a Seattle coffee shop. They're hippies, but they have Wi-Fi. Yes, I got it.
Yeah,
like,
that makes
we
perfect
like
sense.
to. It's like we live to live off the land, man. But at the same time, it's like they're wearing like designer they're wearing like Fjallraven stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Like a Che Guevara t-shirt. I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. That's what they're doing. You could go you got the one guy, selling artisanal mushrooms that he grew in his own backyard.
I'm seeing a bunch of North Faces around. Patagonia.
Right. One lady with a really nice Patagonia vest comes up and dyed sky blue hair. You see a woman come up and she's wearing just leggings and, a leather vest. She's got long hair, and a staff that looks like it's, like the flowers are growing out of the tip of it. She's like, "You got here quickly."
Oh, yes. Hello. My name is Edward.
That's not how you talk, and you know it.
What are you talking about? Of course this is how I talk. When I'm on Eberron.
Oh, okay. So it's playtime today. Right, then I'm Laudna Derry. How are you? We're faking today.
Just admit it, she's got your number, Edward.
In a motion, she's like, right, how fast? And she'll do it. She'll does a spell and she hunches over and turns into this is this more appropriate for our children?
You know, I wasn't convinced that she actually knew anything, but now that Tikto has gone ahead and just said she has my number right in front of her, I suppose there's no sense in keeping up the act.
Yeah. She then drops her form and straightens up, and she's this very, very attractive woman with, like, as I said, sky blue hair. She looks at you and she goes, "Well, I did see you looking in." She goes, "It's not really something you forget. That just happened a day ago."
Yes, but you didn't hear me speak during that time. But that is neither here nor there.
I feel that's
I'll be
more
right
like
back.
splitting hairs at this moment.
Yes. Hello, my name is Edward, and I have a pressing need to find you. I have this giant egg here that you see. And this is
She
from-
looks and she's like, "That's impressive. I've never seen an egg like that. What is it?"
It is the egg of a celestial turtle. One who shapes the universe. When I touch it, and I concentrate on something that I want to see, places, items, people, even concepts, I can see through time and space and all reality. It is how I found you today.
She's like, "That sounds unbelievable."
And painful. As I kind of like show her, like I'm still kind of like bleeding.
Yeah,
You wipe his
you got
face up.
blood coming out of your nose and shit. She's like, "May I?" He doesn't actually wait for your permission. She goes,
Okay.
and immediately, like, same thing. She's like, "Whoa!" Like,
How many points of damage does she shake?
oh, you want me to actually roll it just to see?
Well, what I'm going to do is, if
9.
she looks bad, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on her.
Yeah, 9. She gets, like, the little blood bubble under her nose.
Okay. Yeah, I cast
And-
Cure Wounds.
Okay. And she's like, "Whoa!" It's like, "I have taken a journey to the elemental plane of water. And she explains, she's like, that's a lot." Because the creature inside is dead, right?
Yes, we are aware of this, but the power itself is what we were after, not necessarily the creature.
What may I do?
I am in the need to form a powerful Wayfinder. I have this egg, but I also have this staff, and you can see that the staff is also adorned with a lens at the tip of it. I need to find a way to make this, and I point to the egg, combined with
Indeed.
this.
She's like, you have, like, another lens we could make, or something you can see through?
Yes, I have this, and I hold up my star map, which is my druid focus. It is a small lens.
You're a
that when
star. You're a star.
Yes, I
That
am of
painted.
the circle of stars.
But I'm thinking more of another viewing, something to look through. Your map will incorporate into the creation of the device, if that is.
I hold up the sextant I just got.
She's like, "Give me some time." And she actually spends, in the weirdest way, she just like goes down, and she goes to and sits down she goes to the mushroom dealer, sits down, pops in like a hole, buys a hole, sits down, and for the next few hours, she's like communing. You can feel the hum of energy off of her body. She's like pulling in information from like the natural world of what
As she's doing that, I think it's time to go ahead and take our first break.
Absolutely, because I would like another cup of coffee.
All right.
Okay. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
All right. After a number of hours and you guys resting and, finding respite in this amazingly relaxing place, Edward, you are chock full of mushrooms now and feeling very good. Also, reality does not feel as real as it did a few minutes ago. So you're wondering what was in those mushrooms. Laudna comes back to you. Laudna Derry comes back to you. She looks at you. She's like, I believe I have a process to make this work.
That's rad.
She's like, but it will involve, you understand it would tie this to you and you alone. I'm just going to let you cross.
You ever considered that the word rural is really hard to say?
Damn it, Edward. I told you not to eat those mushrooms.
Tikto, you don't understand. My hands are huge, and they can touch anything except themselves.
Right. It seems you're in the right state of mind.
Do you have anything that can, bring him back down out of whatever is going on right now?
No, why would I want to? He's in the perfect mindset for it.
To be fair, I'm just fucking with Tikto. Anyways.
God damn it!
So, as she's talking to you, she goes, in 2 days' time, she goes, we will be in the right, she goes, we will be in the right frame. Because the solstice happens in a number of days. And then, she goes, we will be able to combine all of your items into one. And then bind them to you.
2 days' time, huh?
2 days' time.
Right. Tikto. The key, please. The knob.
Oh, yeah.
Put the knob in a door. I walk into,
There's no, you have to, I'm assuming you go through the process of, finding a door.
Yeah, I make the door.
Okay.
I open the door, and I say, Navariel, I have a pressing need to go forward 2 days' time.
What for? I mean...
We wanted that Wayfinder, right?
Oh, and you gotta wait for the solstice? Is it one of those things?
2 days, if you please.
Alright, also, you got it? Are those mushrooms, the good kind? Or just mushrooms?
They're the good stuff.
Okay, well, can you go back and give me 6 of them, and then bring them back in, and then I'll set the shop up to... Alright, perfect. He takes them and, he pops them all in there. He pops them all in his mouth, and he's like, he's like, you're good to go. He's like, also, you ever noticed how big your hands can be?
I know, right?
Various times, it's weird. I'm like, he's like, yeah, I saw, I heard somebody say you could touch. Oh, hey, you know what? Never mind. It's apparently there are no limitations. And he's like, you're fine.
I sometimes wonder if refried beans are just as good as regular, and that we're just working extra hard.
You want to know what really tripped me out one time? So I had refried beans, and then I heated them up again.
So they were re-fried beans, yes.
So they're 3 fried beans. And I don't know.
Inception.
Yeah,
Wow.
I actually couldn't eat my meal after that. I've never had 3 fried beans. Good luck. Good luck on what you're doing. I'm going to sit here and wonder where I got this amazingly soft shirt.
2 days' time, I walk in, I walk out.
Yeah, you walk in and walk out. Laudna's like, where have you been? Been 2 days, we couldn't find you. We had
Oh,
preparation. Are you still eating mushrooms?
I never stopped. That's the
For
truth.
2 days?
No, we have some timey-wimey shit that we can do. Don't worry about it.
Not to be rude, but perhaps warning would be nice next time.
I mean, I'm just assuming that I stayed there.
Yeah, you did. And you are equally as irritated, because you're like, for 2 days here. Like, you couldn't have fucking told me you were just gonna walk into Bob's and walk out and like...
I thought you were just going to follow me. I didn't think you were just going to stand here like a weirdo.
so Picto is like, he's sitting there. He's like, gone a little.
You left me here for 2 days with these hippies.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't think you were just going to sit here.
Well, you closed the door before I could get in. What do you want?
Picto's got like flowers braided into his beard now, and he's wearing like a very brightly colored, oddly patterned shirt. He smells a bit like mushroom broth.
I'm sitting in like a knitted, I'm like swinging like a knitted hammock chair.
Yeah.
Watcher's
laying with both feet in the air, just a mushroom stem hanging out of his mouth.
They wouldn't leave me alone unless I let them dress me up.
But secretly...
It's a good look for you. You should stick with it.
Secretly, Ticto, you kind of love it.
No.
You kind of love it and feels like it really completes your entire sense of self.
Actually, you know what the best part about that outfit is?
What?
If I look at you, I wouldn't think immediately, he's a wizard. Which means that when you cast Fireball in my face, it would be completely unexpected.
What's the point of doing all the study of learning how to be a wizard and not showing it off?
I'm not saying you can't use Fireball to explode in someone's faces. I'm simply saying that if you're looking to get the drop on your enemies, this is a great way to lower their defenses.
But I want people to know I'm a wizard.
They'll know that you're a wizard when you cast Fireball in their face.
She does, like, Laudna stops finishing up the preparations in this ornate, like, stone ring she has been, like, magicking into existence. And she's like, he has an excellent point.
All I'm saying is that I don't understand why more wizards don't carry swords. You don't actually have to use it, but at the same time, it makes you look like a not so squishy person.
I mean, I haven't had too many problems being squishy. Meh.
Yeah. You hear, like, Watcher mumbles in, like, a stoned reverie. He's like, you gotta keep the hat, though. That's what I said.
Yes, I'll keep the hat, Watcher.
You also notice that at times, some parts of your body are really big.
Not you two.
Have you ever noticed? I feel like you're gonna need a larger hat because my talons are. But my wings are so small. How do they get? You know,
Let's get this over with, please. So
all
now
right,
what?
so Laudna looks to you. She's like, you have, like, now it's high night. You know, like moon is perfectly overcast. She has, you know, she has filled the, she has moved water in from, it's a shell. She's using the shell to just pour water into this basin of stone. And surrounded by, and around it is like a ring of fire, but the fire is not on anything. It's like just moving. It's like moving of its own volition, like burning the top of the stone, but it's not. And there's a warm breeze that's circulating in there. She's like, I have combined all four of the elements into this. So you have a form that is, like, what is your staff? Can you share?
Yes, which one do you want?
Which one is the most immaterial to make this process easier?
Up until a few days ago, I might have said chalice form, but now I will go ahead and I will put on my starry form, and because I'm 10th level at this moment, I can actually switch between them freely while I am shapeshifted. So I'm actually going to start off with the dragon form, which allows me to fly.
Okay.
On starry dragon wings.
Okay.
That's a new thing, isn't it? That wasn't.
Yeah, dragon form typically only allows you a greater degree of concentration to maintain spells.
Mm-hmm.
But this, because it's powered up due to the level that I have, I can also fly with it.
Shit, I didn't know it did that.
Yeah, 10th level, baby.
That's awesome.
Do you have a form that is more ethereal, or is that the one we are going?
This one probably has the most ethereal elements to it, if only because of the celestial dragon wings that I have sprouted.
Well, so she's going to place each thing on the ring of the stone that it has, like your staff and your with the crystal. I'm going to lay it lengthwise over it. I'm going to need you to hold it. And so you put your hand on it as you step into the circle. You put it on there as it braces across the whole thing. And she's going to move the egg in and levitate it. Where you're rather cramped now. You're kind of like holding onto the staff and hugging this giant egg. But she's at this point, you start feeling like she's making this shit up as she goes. Like she's then takes the sextant and hangs it on, just shoves it in your arm as you're crying, and you're little part of you is making that shit up. You're in Sylvan, she starts chanting,
Yes, I do. I do speak Sylvan.
I know. Hiko, you don't speak Sylvan, but she starts chanting. The words are immaterial because I didn't write them down or make them up, so we're just gonna use your own imagination. And she's going to. You're gonna feel like she casts essentially a ritual form of moonbeam, and you feel like all of these things start to burn. You get it gets really hot, but it doesn't burn you. It feels very hot. You can feel the heat coming off, and you can feel the heat coming off, and you can see things starting to smolder, and then everything bursts into a flame, but a white flame. And you can see patterns of stars as you bring your wings around them to contain yourself in there. You see the fire take on the black, starry expanse of the night sky and start pulling into yourself. And the only thing that remains is yourself holding the sextant that is, it looks like the metal is still just as shiny. It's beautiful. If you look closely at it, it's got patterns of the sky moving through it. Occasionally, some of the engravings will move and pitch. And it hums like this gentle pulse of energy. It hums as you touch it. And the spell and all of this stuff sinks into the ground. The elemental water evaporates, and the fire goes out, and the stone ring sinks into the ground. And you're left standing there, just yourself, holding this sextant that it feels to be it's a part of. It feels like it is as much of you as your hand is.
The staff is gone as well. Then
staff is gone. The lens is gone. Your star map is gone. And the egg's gone. Everything has been coalesced into one energy and then infused into this one device. And then as you're holding the device, as the spell wraps out, the device itself disappears, but it disappears like a part of you has melted back into you. And you're left there. You are exhausted. And you feel a surge of power through the rest of your body. Like, you feel, like, significantly stronger. You feel like there's a lot more juice running through your body. And you look at your... And you collapse to the ground. Just Edward.
I look through the sextant.
It's not. It disappeared. Like, but when you go to look through it, it summons, like, as if like an afterthought. Like, it becomes... Okay. And now you understand why you're, like, tied to myself. Like, it's... what do you look for?
I look for my family.
All right. Unlike any other time, you see this location as if you were there. It is now nighttime. Both your wife and your child are asleep. You see he's got drawings on the table of you and of you yourself, not your brother, yourself. And it's very clear to see because your brother had some characteristics that you would tell being his sibling. He's sleeping comfortably holding what looks like a small doll that is like cute for a child, but kind of unnaturally creepy for an adult. Like one of those big eyes, like unnecessarily huge hands. And he's cuddled up with it, sleeping. Your wife is she's sleeping in bed. The house is quiet.
I'm going to try and touch the head of my son.
Okay.
Do I feel like that is something that because you said that I feel like I'm actually there. Like I see it as if I were 100% there.
You feel see it, but
can I just tussle his hair?
Let me get a willpower check.
Okay. Is that just straight wisdom then?
Mm-hmm. This is just straight concentration. Like this is just straight. If your attribute is wisdom, if that's your one, you treat it like a saving.
Well, considering you're saying that I'm trying to concentrate on it, does the starry form of the dragon feed into
whatever
that?
Happens on it? Whatever happens if you, where you get to treat a D20 as a 10, anything 9 or lower as a 10. Yeah,
got it.
That also.
Okay, so that is a 9, which comes out to be a 10. And if that is a wisdom check, then that's +5, so 15.
You're able to you reach your hand out to him, but it passes through. Like, you're not quite able to, but you feel like if you put in a little bit more juice, you might be able to, but you're just not right there yet.
I look at him and I say, and so the son becomes the father, and the father becomes the son. And with that Marlon Brando reference out of the way, I go back to being Peter.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, I have never seen one of these created. It is my honor to have helped you do so. Use such power with responsibility.
Well, we're gonna go save the multiverse, so I would assume that's...
Way to ruin the moment there, gnome! You're trying to add a sense of gravitas to it, and you're just like, well, fuck it.
Gravitas is for losers.
Creating...
This one I actually agree with my gnome friend here.
I mean, you couldn't let me have it just this one moment to act like all. Just 5 minutes.
You get to say to everyone from now on that you helped to save the multiverse.
Yeah, but the big speech and everything afterwards, and like, with great power comes great responsibility. That speech, that's essential to all leaders doing important things. No, don't get that one. Just make stuff and leave. Fine, go. Take your mushrooms and your stone bird and go. I am glad I was able to help. Good luck.
Thank you for the mushrooms.
She looks at TikTok. She's like, by the way, on your way out, there's a store that sells small Birkenstocks. If you would like them, it would really set off your outfit.
Fine.
Sandals, stupid.
I know what Birkenstocks are.
I doubt you saw what you came
Yes, I just thought I had my own flair, but apparently you guys decided that I had to be dressed like a hippie!
You look uptight? You look like somebody who would sit there and only want to talk about how cool it is that their watch ticks a whole bunch. I don't want to. Anyway, you know what? Good luck. Get out. Come back and tell me all about it later.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Bye.
You'll be back. Always come back.
Just like walk out of the camp and just pull the message. Ah, fuck, we have to wait for Bertram to get back, don't we?
Not quite. Go ahead and let him know that we're ready to be picked up. Ask him how long he'll be.
Bertram.
We have a doorknob.
Bertram, we're ready to be picked up. How long will you be?
What? Now?
I mean, whenever you're available.
Does it have to be immediately?
It is the middle of the night, isn't it? It
very much.
I'm gonna look back at the ArchDruid and be like,
the shop right now.
It is the middle of the. Fuck it. we don't
45 minutes at best. Let me get ready.
No. Don't worry about it. We have a doorknob.
A doorknob. What?
We have a doorknob.
There are times I don't quite.
Don't worry about it. We'll be there in a little bit.
Don't pick you up.
Don't pick us up.
In the morning, do you want me to be there? Do you want me to be there in the morning time or not?
If we haven't found you by then, yes.
There's a lot of loose wiggle room in this. Okay. I'm going to go back to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm going to go use the doorknob and we're going to go through.
But afterwards, this messenger wasp that you use just kind of falls apart.
So afterwards, we're going to...
There's a one and done, so you're like, fuck.
Yeah. We're going to go and...
I could have gotten a smart stone.
I mean, I still have another charge of messenger wasp, but...
No, the one he gave you is gone.
No, I'm just talking about the one I bought ages ago.
Yeah.
I was like, we can go use the doorknob to go to Navario's shop, and then we can just come out in Sharn at the exact same time.
Alright, what you do? And you come back to Navario, sitting, just in the middle, just cross-legged in the middle of the air. He's just levitating in the air, being like, you guys ever wondered, part of yourself is in this world, and then part of yourself is in all the other worlds?
I mean, I'm pretty sure
Navario, that has been more true than ever.
I'm pretty sure you're one of the few people that could actually claim that. So
I mean, but if you could get all of them together, you'd be bigger than you are now.
That's true. I could even go and defeat Thanos.
That would be. I don't know who thinks. But do you ever think maybe Chico would be a lot taller if he got all of his other selves together.
You know what? We should try that. Yeah, Ticto, take this. I hand him a big beer.
I drink the big beer right in front of Mario.
He's like, you're shit. He's like, so it's real. You get everyone together. We are separated. That's why I'm confused.
No, this is just Tim Tam Tummy Tap stuff.
No, this isn't.
Oh.
We got this in Sigil.
It's the snake oil beer. Fuck you, Tim. Fuck you.
Oh, right.
It's
the snake beer. I forgot.
He looks right at Edward, even though Edward very openly handed him the beer. He's like, "Those are dick."
I know, right?
Right. So, anyways, then you see like a little flash of color,
Mm-hmm.
and the very familiar sounds of Lesser Restoration. And he stands up. He's like, so you get what you were looking for? By the way, those mushrooms are fucking great.
Yeah, well, now you know where you can get them.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that door open so I can just walk through there and go buy them whenever I want. Yep. If she doesn't like it, fuck her.
You're an archfey. She's an ArchDruid. I think you guys would get along perfectly.
No, I like the littles. They're cool, But, all right, so anyway, so we found it. So you know how to find Tempura or whatever.
Yes.
Yes.
So we need to come out at the same time that we just left, but in Sharn.
Which,
okay.
If that's the case, I don't understand why we contacted Bertram in the first place to tell him to come get us.
I didn't think about it until after I had already contacted Bertram.
That's fine.
That's my favorite part of how you guys play. I didn't really think about it.
I mean, it makes sense for TikTok because he's scatterbrained as all hell, so.
Love it. All right. I'm just questioning, like, what do you actually need him for right now? What's the pressing matter to go see him?
Don't we need to go? Need him for going to Tempura? Or how the hell are we supposed to get to Tempura?
In the Astral Sea? Just like nobody knows where it's at. It's like in the...
but now we have his thing, so now we can, like, use the ship.
Yeah, but that's here. We got Clagan's ship in the Astral Sea right now.
Oh, yeah.
But we also...
Hold on.
Friend.
Is there any chance that you might be able to see if, my ship made it? I mean, I fucking love that ship.
Look through the sexton and try to see his ship.
All right. I would like a Constitution and Wisdom saving.
All right.
Tell me which order.
I'm just going to roll both of them at the same time, and we can say that the Constitution will be the black die, and the Wisdom will be the blue die.
Okay.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
You look through the sextant, and because now you have like you have the awareness of being able to see this. You see the immensity of the astral sea. And I mean, it's like looking through that JWST telescope and seeing those things that are like trillions of miles long. You see it, and then like you just rush in, and instead of being confused or being painful, it's like an exhilarating rush. As you zoom in and you see, it's just gray. You see these land masses. You see like just ripping by, and these immense creatures just ripping by you as you hone in and find one tiny dot. And on it is a shining winged creature, like, just trying to find its way through the sea. It's completely lost. But you do see Navariel's ship and the planetar that you had rescued. You're mute.
Can I affect the physical change?
Willpower. We need a wisdom check.
All right.
It's a saving throw. We're going to do that.
Okay. So then this will be +9. Okay, so that's only 13. Well, actually, because I treat it as I'm still in dragon form. So
are you? No, you're not. You're not.
Am I not?
You dropped out. You were just Edward. Remember?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I guess
you could switch into dragon form. I don't care.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? I'll do that. And so that equals 19.
You're able to push, like, you're getting the hang of this. So you're able to push through, and you can materialize yourself like a ghost, like a wraith type. Like, you're not quite corporeal, but you're not, you're able to be perceived.
Okay. If I can be perceived, then I'm going to instruct the planetar.
He's going to be like, whoa! Whoa, what's happening here?
We don't have long. Please listen closely. And I'm going to tell him how to
real?
pilot. We do not have time. Please listen closely.
You gotta bear with me here, though. Where did I first see you? I'm not going crazy.
You're definitely not going crazy. You saw me when I first rescued you from the place that you were. It was the place where the
Celestial
gates
realm.
of the heaven, the gates of the gates of the moon, the spire that housed the chain.
Right. You're the ones that fought that thing, the old Nixes.
Yes.
Can you help me get the fuck out of this fucking sea?
Yes, I can. Listen very closely.
Thank you.
Follow
so
my
much.
exact instructions.
Yeah, right. He's like super dialed in. Like, right.
And I tell him how to pilot the ship back to Bob's.
In your ability with this Wayfinder, you find as you're talking, it's like you can give flawless directions on how to come back. Like, he can see the path as you gave it. And he's like, you have no idea how much this fucking means to me. And you pull back. Al, what'd you see?
I saw that you're going to have company very soon.
How soon are we talking about? And then as he asks it, you get, and the back door opens, and he's like, turns out with the direction, you can move pretty fucking fast.
Welcome back.
Holy fuck, is that my ship?
Yes, Bob, that is your ship.
You know what? I thought you were both a bunch of fucking dildos. I still think that, but you do good work.
How many times have we, actually, delivered on what we said we're going to do, and you still consider us a bunch of dildos?
But affectionately think of you as dildo.
You know, it's that dildo that you really love to use all the time. It's like your favorite one.
Yeah.
And that sounds
Yeah,
actually way more poignant than it should.
You are both my favorite fucking dildo.
I guess you could say that the couple of us are a couple of bad dragons.
First of all, you. Second of all, thanks?
You're welcome. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go see what damage is left of my fucking ship. And he heads out. And he's like, you think he's skipping. Like, he's super stoked. And that is where we're going to end today's venture. Sorry, I appreciate you guys staying with us for the rough start. I think our technology issues have kind of resolved themselves a little bit. I hope you enjoyed our journey. Next week, Monday, we will be continuing our journey through Midwest Cryptids, specifically focusing on the Hopkinville Goblins. And speaking of goblins, those of you that are dice goblins, Brian, let them know.
You mean about Tabletop Loot? Well, Tabletop Loot is only my favorite site for dice. You can actually go there and sign up for their monthly subscription boxes. It's only $25 a month. If you order for the 20th of each month, you'll get next month's box delivered to you free of charge, of like shipping fees and so on and so forth. It's just $25, and it's 4 sets of awesome dice every single month. And that's 4 sets minimum, by the way. Sometimes you get more than 4 sets. They are also kind enough to give us the promo code that you can use, NOL15, at their store to get 15% off any set of dice in their shop. That's NOL15.
That sounds great. And again, just remember that thank you everyone for helping us get to affiliate. Don't forget to follow if you enjoyed what you saw. And then check out our social medias on the next screen, and we'll catch you again on Monday. I've been Ben.
I am Brian.
And I am Joel. See you on Monday.